This podcast is basically thematically appropriate for the film that we saw. It was played with reshoots and had multiple directors. It's Justice League. Oh shit!
I wanted incredible garbage. I wanted this to be a dumpster fire in superhero movie form. I think as a warm up, as a soupçon, as a little like to wet the whistle, as it were, I would like you guys to just, on the count of 3, just give me the noise. It doesn't have to be verbal, just the sound of your mind right now. So it's going to be 3, 2, 1. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The tone is set. Welcome back to Hurd Ya Saw. It has been a wonderful episode. It's going to be a wonderful episode. We just got out of the...
Half the team have their head in their hands.
Oh my god, it's amazing. I wish I could take pictures, because, like, everyone is defeated. Like, you know how I was defeated on Murder on the Orient Express last time?
You didn't like that? What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're underway.
You make
Hey,
me
Racy.
sick.
Hi.
We just saw Justice League, the cavalcade of, I don't want to say misery.
Cavalcade.
Morton getting in early. Morton, right, back on the cast. We will begin, as is tradition, we will go around and do our one-line hot takes. We're looking for the hottest of takes here. Andrew, as the guest on the show, please give us your one-line hot take for this film.
Delightful.
It's succinct, it's to the point, I like it. Racy?
I'm gonna put in that mandated pun right now because this is the actual one that I came up with.
Hit me.
Ready for it?
I'm so ready.
It wasn't despicable, but it wasn't exactly marvelous.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's what I wanted.
Oh,
Morton writes.
the moments of quality were gone in a flash.
Oh!
Fucking hell.
Sean?
Tonight has truly been a dark night.
Oh, man, I'm really glad I told you guys
That's
to think of
Superman.
puns. Shay? You don't have to do a pun, I mean, that's...
More like sideboard.
Oh, very good. EJ?
I don't have a pun because I feel like I want to die.
Okay. And I think my one line is like, I wanted a garbage fire. I didn't realize that the whole landfill was on fire. We'll try and begin. This is going to be a pretty ropey one, I think. We're all in a state of what could best be described as mental anguish. Apart from Andrew, who seems very calm.
Wasn't that?
EJ, do you want to take a wild crack at, like, trying to summarize, in brief, the plot of this cinematic extravaganza?
Okay, preface, I have only ever seen Wonder Woman.
That's fine.
So
That's fine.
I walked into this with almost no context.
Did you know that Superman was dead?
No.
Okay, that would have been a
Okay,
surprise.
turns out Superman's dead.
Right.
So, right to it. Dickhead Ben Affleck is Batman. Doesn't work at all. He fights a bug. We establish Batman exists. And then we meet...
Yeah, continue.
we meet everyone else. And everyone else is Wonder Woman, who's great. The Flash, who's also fine.
Ezra Miller.
Best part of the film.
Ezra
okay,
Miller,
like,
he was
other than
doing
Wonder
his
Woman.
best.
Yeah, he's trying with
He was
very little
pandering to
content.
the
I understand. You're right. You're right.
He wasn't funny.
This whole podcast is going to be people doing half statements and then...
This is going to be a very hand gestures-y
And
podcast,
then,
I feel.
Aquaman and a guy who's a robot. What's his name?
Cyborg.
Cyborg. Him.
Simon Borg.
Yes. So they are established like several times because once is not enough. And Batman is like, we need a team. Let's collect all of these people. And Wonder Woman's like, okay, sure.
It's not inaccurate. Yeah.
Multi-millionaire organises
Yeah.
costume orgy is invaded by aliens.
Yeah, that's the headline.
What is...
That's Amy Adams' headline.
A Pulitzer Prize winner!
More like
Somehow.
a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh, God.
Where have you been my
So
entire life?
they do their meeting and being like, "Oh, we're all people."
Yes.
And the conflict is some guy from we don't actually know
It's space
somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's 3 boxes. Stay with me. And
It's intergalactic deal or no deal.
Oh.
And Noel Edmonds is the villain.
Oh no.
3 boxes who, if you put them all together, they bring about the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Somehow. So everyone has a box, and
It wasn't. I mean, that was good because it brings about. He comes from Apocalypse, doesn't he?
He does come from his world, not mentioned in the film. They said it turns the land into his homeworld. His homeworld is literally called Apocalypse.
So well done.
that
2
sounds
thumbs
fun
up.
there.
It is. He comes from a town called Armageddon.
Are you serious?
I am 1000% serious.
Oh
Comics
my
are
God.
great.
Oh
Given
my
the
God.
amount of jokes they try to make on that subject with Ezra Miller and the fist punch, I'm surprised they restrain themselves from.
So
a
wait,
ghetto joke.
let's get to finish the plot.
Oh yeah, the other
So
part
a
of
guy
the
from
thing
space.
Is, yeah, guy from space. Big thing there, and they're like, oh shit, he's too strong. You know who's recently dead? Who we should raise from the dead is
Zombie Batman.
no zombie Superman. So they're like, okay, let's put him in an orange pool, and then put a thing.
Put the box in the pool.
Put the box in the pool, and then he wakes up and he's like, oh fuck, what are you guys doing? And then I don't know.
Then there's
they
a big fight. Yeah.
Literally, that's it. They just fight, and then it's actually really anticlimactic.
And then Lois Lane comes.
Oh, Lois Lane's there for some reason, and they
Well,
kiss.
she was the
and
big. She was the
he
big
strokes
gun.
a cornfield, and then they're like,
You tell
Yeah,
him to
alright,
shut
cool.
up. And,
yeah, it's all fucked.
I was just in a wooden box.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
how was that guy
listen.
Superman? He's got literally 0 charisma.
Oh look, the actual actor
Henry Cavill.
has a lot of charisma in his top lip.
But his top lip is fake.
EJ, please finish.
There's no finish. That's
There is
the
no.
end.
That's not the end. There was a whole thing.
There was a Russian family.
There was a Russian
What?
family.
Oh, come
Did you
on.
fall
They were
asleep?
Russian.
No,
Get out.
how
You
can
can
I fall asleep in
No,
that?
the
They
Flash
fight
was
in
Russian to get out
They
there.
fight in a stack.
They go to Not Chernobyl. He puts the boxes
Not
together.
Chernobyl.
You know.
Oh, that's
John
true.
Noble.
Oh yeah, he puts the boxes together, and then Superman and Cyborg take them apart, and then
that's
and then he gets attacked by his own wasps.
And then there's flowers.
It's very much like My Girl.
No, he was getting saved.
Oh God.
He was getting saved by his wasps, wasn't it? I'm skipping over the My Girl
What?
stuff. Let's
Yeah.
just.
No,
They
he
were.
got eaten by them.
I thought they were taking him back.
No, they
No,
were.
no, no,
they
no,
were
they
eating
sense
him. He
his
felt
fear.
fear because
Okay, yeah,
they
I
eat
thought that,
fear.
but then when he went up into the big beam, I was
Oh yeah, no,
like,
that's him going. That's him being like, "Fuck this! I don't want the boxes anymore." Even though I could probably just. Has Shay gone back in to watch the after credit sequence?
Yes. Shay wants to see Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
So.
missed it.
Okay. What
I
a.
feel cheated. I want
That's
my money
the
back.
end. There's nothing else. That whole movie
Okay,
is nothing.
Sean, please. You
Yeah, I can
said
fill
that
in
you were really prepared to feel bad about this film. How do you feel right now?
Unclean.
I feel sad.
What made you sad? What did the superhero movie do?
I've been waiting for a Justice League for God knows how long. Despite the fact when the whole DCU wasn't working, I was still excited. And then I saw trailers, and then I saw images, and then I saw more stuff, and then I saw reviews, and I was just like, this is going to be terrible. And it's,
Then you saw the film.
I know, and then it gets worse.
All right, let's
I have so much anger.
let's not dig deep into our anger reserves immediately. Let's begin with a nice, easy topic, which I'm gonna let Andrew spearhead because Andrew seems like he's the most together out of the crew. Andrew,
He's come together.
Hi.
what did? Oh, get out! I regret inviting you back on the podcast. Andrew, what did you like about this film?
Okay, I liked a lot of things about this film.
Okay.
Okay, so some context. If you assume that Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition, right?
What?
Which I like watching that movie.
Yes.
Quite a lot. I have a very complicated relationship with that. I do apologize. But if you assume that the actual good parts of that movie are basically like the Granny's peach tea part of it, or the monster, that bit of it, then there was lots and lots of those bits in this movie.
Okay.
I mean, like Lois Lane, right? Her husband is dead, and he comes back to life.
No, like
What?
sorry, no.
No, they're
No,
not
I-
even married.
They were engaged, but
Anyway, it doesn't
What?
matter. Doesn't
sorry,
matter.
yeah, no, yeah,
I mean,
A
continue.
committed
Headers.
relationship.
Zombie person, lover.
Zombie
right?
man.
Someone puts her hand on his chest and says, "Well, you smell nice." That's the first thing she says to him.
Embalming fluid
This
perfume.
is. I don't think he needed embalming fluid. And, but yes, and like the pool in which he was
The-
exact same color as Granny's peach tea.
Wait. Explain Granny's peach tea.
No, you have to watch.
No, I've
worry
seen
about
Batman vs Superman. I don't remember Granny's peach tea.
Oh my
I don't
God.
remember a lot of it.
Yeah, I was so
I guys-
sadly remember that.
Oh, hello, audience. This is awkward. Normally, you'd be expecting an uninterrupted, full, say, 25 minutes to half an hour long, possibly longer if we're getting real crazy, podcast about your favorite movie of the day. Well, I'll tell you what happened, and you'll hear me say this again once the actual podcast resumes. We suffered technical difficulties, which meant that we ended up losing about 25 minutes of recording, which is less than optimal. So I will now attempt to recap what was said during that gap, even though this is now like a week later, and I have mostly forgotten. Things of note. Andrew mostly quite liked the film because it wasn't as bad as he was expecting. I can't tell the difference between Jessica Chastain and Amy Adams. Morton made a lot of really bad puns, unsurprisingly. Sean mostly cried and headbutted the table. Shay delivered their opinion that they didn't like this film because it had none of the swaggering pomposity and ridiculous over-the-top nature that Batman vs Superman Dodge contained. EJ just generally hated the film overall, mostly citing that why any of this. To sort of go off book just a little bit, just to sort of maybe use this as a bit more of a soapbox. It is an interesting film from the case study of being able to see the different ways that executive meddling can affect the nature of a film's plotting and a film's tone, and how if you decide to have Zack Snyder in headlining your particular cinematic universe, and then due to unfortunate circumstances you hand it over to Joss Whedon, that's perhaps the most stylistically different kind of filmmaker that you could have. And it's very clear that the executives have been backing down from the grittier, darker aesthetic that they cultivated with Batman vs Superman because they want to market these things to children. And it kind of just leaves them in this weird middle ground where a lot of Justice League is spending pretending that Batman vs Superman never actually happened, or at least those events happened, but just not in the way that we can all see just by watching the movie again. Really a strange time. Anyway, so huge apologies to the shorter podcast that you're getting this week. Do listen to this podcast for, I don't know, the ghetto aesthetic that we have going on here. So the fact that you're getting some kind of weird interlude, which I should do some music. I'm not going to do music at this point. Maybe I'll sing a small song now of my own free composition about the Justice League. Oh God, I really put myself on the spot, haven't I? Maybe I'll pause the... No, that's even more editing. And to be honest, this is already going to be the most highly edited episode of the show that we've done. And I think we'll leave it at that. So, Superman is back from the dead. Also, he's got lots of friends. His top lip looks really weird. I wonder if it'd better if he'd just grown a beard. I wish that Zack Snyder had committed to evil Superman. I wish that Zack Snyder had not lost his daughter, because that's sad. Then I would also like to say that the podcast doesn't like Joss Whedon. He's a guy who, you look at his canon of work and you realize, oh, he's got a weird thing about young girls, which is unfortunate. And he's still one of the biggest names working in the cinematic film cinosphere. Is that even a word? This is absurd. I'm now trying to rap on the fly for fill out the time to make sure that you get your absolute best podcast possible in the face of technical difficulties. Gal Gadot was fine. And Ezra Miller is such a beautiful man that it was okay. We felt that... sorry to break off with the song for a moment. We felt that Cyborg was kind of well handled, but again, he was much more in keeping with the Snyder aesthetic of things rather than the Whedon-y one. It's just... There's a place for humor. And, oh god, and Steppenwolf was such a shit bad guy. Like, what are you supposed to do with him? I watched the Red Letter Media reaction to this, and I don't normally agree with the Red Letter Media people because I generally think a lot of their opinions are wrong. Oh, let's start a beef with Red Letter Media. That would be fun. We would lose, but also it would be a good time. They pointed out that he felt like a video game villain, and yeah, they're not wrong on that one. He's just a empty, boring, vacuous CGI man with none of like the kind of majesty or kind of weird aesthetic that the New Gods are more traditionally known for, which is a shame. Okay, so we've had a little sing interlude, and this will bring us up to about, 20 minutes, I think? No, 50, this will bring us up to about 20, which is not wholly unreasonable. Anyway, the podcast crew will return. I'm not sure what the next film we're going to watch is. We might be going into some more old stuff. And what's going to be particularly disorienting for you, dear listeners, is that once this section stops, I'm going to now reiterate some things that I've already said because I said them at the time in the bar while I was a little drunk. So bear with that. But I'm sure this has all been delicious, wonderful content, and you're like, shit, I know what I should do. We're actually on iTunes now. So I mean, if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, but you might be listening to us on iTunes, in which case, welcome, new listeners. Oh, this is a fucking train wreck. I'm just going to abandon ship now and allow Jim, who has been waiting in the kitchen quietly, to be allowed to make noise for fear of infecting the podcast with his sound. All right, and back to you, Nick in the bar.
So, okay, real quick, we lost like 20 minutes of fucking podcast audio because my phone hates me. Some would say, Nick, why don't you get a better recording setup? I say, fuck you, we have a ghetto aesthetic, and we also need to get kicked out of the bar. So we're going to do final thoughts. This will be a really short, delirious podcast. I'm so annoyed.
Yeah.
Someone give me their final thoughts. I'm going to...
This film was fucking shit!
Okay, Sean?
I hate it. Just everything. I hate it. So much because it's...
Sean, it's okay. It's okay.
You're allowed.
I now know how
It's
you
all
feel
gonna
after
be
Fantastic Beasts. I now feel your anger and your pain. It's just...
There's life after this.
Life goes
Is
on,
there-
but it is tough for some
It's just-
several
If
weeks.
there's any justice in the world.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Molten.
Can we talk about how Superman shows up and is like, I'm a big fan of justice or some bullshit?
There were a lot of really
I
shit
also talk
lines.
about how he teabags Steppenwolf. He literally does, and then shoots him in the face with lasers.
Yeah.
Morton, your final thoughts, please.
Not much so good.
Alright.
I said so much more intelligent things during the last
Oh, no.
20
Yeah, we can all
minutes.
pretend that we said really smart things on
And
the
didn't
20
burn.
minutes that
Yeah.
didn't die. Oh, we missed Morton throwing up in his own mouth. Damn it. On the upside, there's no record of me not knowing things that people knew.
Yeah.
Aha!
And all of the awkward sex
Like the
stuff.
difference between Amy Adams and Jessica Chastain.
They're the same person. Prove me wrong.
Anyway,
Gracie.
There's like a black hole in this podcast now.
Yeah.
Like, that 20 minutes is gone.
It is. But
There's a snack hole in this podcast.
Ah.
I miss you, Morty.
Gracie, please, some final thoughts? Or is just I miss Morton your final thought?
Yeah, because I'm not thinking right now. I'm just thinking of going to bed.
Yeah.
Some of us got to be up at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
I'm so fucking salty about Andrew. I'm sorry that your guest turn on the podcast has been destroyed.
It's alright. Like we can always assume that is it still recording?
It's still recording, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm just paranoid.
It's the wonderful mystery of a heavily reshot artistic thing. It's like you can always imagine the amazing thing that it was. Anyway, this movie was incredibly stupid, and I loved all the Snydery bits, and I hated all the Whedon bits because they were boring and they were just sticky plasters trying to stick stupid bits that
They were a
didn't
bit
stick
too
together.
snide.
Whatever.
Just you can't stop. I shouldn't have
Anyway,
unleashed the
so
Thunderdome.
I laughed many times.
Oh, we
at
did.
Stupid.
I feel like a lot of people in the audience really hated our row because you
It
know.
was so loud.
We
Jesus
weren't
Christ.
the only laughers.
Oh, there
Yeah.
was a
But-
lot to laugh
But we
at in
laughed
this film.
when nobody should have laughed.
Oh God.
It was.
Yeah,
it took itself
other
way
people
too
laughed
seriously.
at the trailer lines that they were already
Yeah.
into
Oh.
this. You should laugh at this line. But,
Yeah, there's like
Go
an
for it.
awkward
Shay, please.
It was cut out, so I'll say again. It lacks the bombastic pompousness of stupidity of Snyder's masculine, hyper-masculine world. And this film is pointless because if we lost like most of a podcast, then there was literally no point in watching this film.
Oh, I feel like.
Now we're
Why
prepared for
would
the
you
second part.
Oh God.
The second part was what?
There'll be
There's
more.
another one.
No, there was meant to be.
There'll always
I
be
don't think There will
more.
be any more.
There's all right. So this might be the shortest podcast we've ever done. All said and done.
Also,
once
one
I've
that you're gonna have to edit.
I mean, I've edited podcasts in the past.
When you say edit, you put 2 tracks after one.
No, I'm gonna record a
Just an awkward middle bit of.
No, I'm gonna.
I stopped recording.
No, I'm gonna do a little musical interlude.
Yeah.
You know, which will be nice.
That's the
Tell
best part.
Tell some really awkwardly bad jokes.
I don't think I can.
No,
I'm-
all
I'll
of that
send
was
you
cut
some.
out when
Yeah.
Morton.
By the time you're listening at this point, you will hear some of those bad jokes.
Morton's jokes can be inserted here, and that's the end of the podcast because there were none. Oh shit! My final thoughts. This was exactly what I wanted. Everything is on fire. Please make more. 10 out of 10. Film of the year.